Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 5th grade concept of attributes of the coordinate plane. This is standard 5.8a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 19 of the 2024 released STAAR test. This is a new item type called drag and drop, and if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we have a drag and drop. That means that we've got these three blanks, and you notice that each of these can only be used once, and you need to answer all three. And if I just try to select two, it is going to give me a warning saying you have not answered everything. So let's go ahead and see how we can answer this question. It's highly dependent upon your knowledge of vocabulary. And this is a 2-point question. So 2 points, you get all three correct. You do get partial credit, so you can get 1 point if you get two correct. And you actually get 0 points if you get 0 or 1 correct. So even getting 1 out of the 3, not going to get you any points. So what do we know about this? Move the correct term into each box. So we're looking at a coordinate grid, ordered pair, horizontal axis, and vertical axis. So let's draw a coordinate grid. All right, so this is what it looks like in 5th grade. We're just looking at numbers that are positive. When we move on to 6th grade, we introduce all 4 quadrants. All right, so let's label this. What do we know about this coordinate grid? Well, typically we would put a 0 right there, right? And this would actually be the 0, 0. Okay, that's where the two axes meet. And this right here is your x-axis. So that's horizontal. And then this up here is your y-axis. And it goes vertical. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that where the x-axis and the y-axis meet actually has a special name. It has the coordinates of 0, 0, but it is also called the origin. And that's, think about origin is where something begins or where something comes from. And so the origin is where the two axes meet, and that's where the numbering begins. So if we were to plot something, right, we would, let's say we wanted to plot 3, 5, right? We would go over 1, 2, 3, and then up 5, and it might be, something like that. Your x coordinate comes first, your y coordinate comes second. So what does that tell us? Well, let's use what we learned about that and take a look at our descriptions. So what is the vertical number line on the coordinate grid? So really what we need to know here is this word vertical. We have to know that vertical means up and down. And so we've already labeled this. It is the y-axis here. So we need to bring this y-axis down. Let's see. Y-axis goes right there. All right, next. The first number in the ordered pair. All right, so we didn't necessarily say ordered pair, but this right here is an example of an ordered pair. So when you're trying to plot coordinates, you'll see it in an ordered pair. It'll be parentheses, a number, comma, another number, and then parentheses. And you put them in order because they have to have the first one first, the second one second, and the first one is always the x coordinate. It goes along the x-axis. So the first number in an ordered pair is going to be this x coordinate right there. So let's drag that down. All right, let's check our last one. Now, what is the point called where the horizontal axis intersects the vertical axis? Remember, this is the x-axis horizontal. Vertical is the y-axis. Well, we already labeled that. They meet at 0, 0. That's the coordinates, but it is called the origin. And that is the third and final answer.